Literally breaking news. Within the last hour, this tweet was posted. Crazy stuff here. Hasan is considering suing Pegasus. Yes, MorePegasus, the legendary series guy. I don't know how many episodes he has. What is it, like well into the thousands? Okay, I'm kidding a little bit, but I think there's well into the hundreds of videos he's made covering Hasan. And so Yeet says, per a Hasan clip that we have, Hasan is considering suing Pegasus and requests that Singaporean authorities look into him for stalking, cyber stalking, harassment, and defamation over his legendary series.
Drama queen, fascism is here. Oh.
I love this guy. It's so funny because he has nothing redeemable about him, but the pure animus that drives a lot of dudes that look like him, I guess, on the internet, that spend every waking moment on the internet, the animus that they feel towards me is enough. They're like, I don't even want, I will watch the same video over and over again. Is Chop City.
In this next part, Hasan starts going over Singaporean law, and when he comes across the death penalty being used in various circumstances, he sounds very gleeful at the prospect of like getting MorePegasus whacked because the dude's made a lot of videos on him.
Intentionally causing harassment, alarm, or distress. Singapore statutes online. An individual or entity must not, with intent, cause harassment, alarm, or distress to another person called in this section the target person by any means, use any threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behavior, make any threatening, abusive, or insulting communication, or publish any identity information of the target person or a related person of the target person. Oh my God, they're going to cane his ass. Hold on. Singapore maintains one of the highest per capita execution rates globally, enforcing capital punishment primarily for drug trafficking and murder. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, executions surged. The country carried out 11 executions in 2022, 5 in 2023, 8 in 2024, and reached a 22-year high of 17 executions in 2025. X writes a letter containing threatening words, or maybe a YouTube video.
There's then this moment of silence as he seems to contemplate taking action.
Well, to the Singaporean authorities, I would like to report, I am very scared. I feel very threatened that this person has made 358 videos on me. This is alarming. 363, sorry. It's alarming. It's very scary. I was intending to visit Singapore soon, and now I don't even know if I could do that. It's truly a terrifying prospect for me. It seems kind of obsessive. It seems kind of like cyber stalking. Not entirely certain if there's a statute for cyber stalking in general. Public threats, long-term harassment, daily videos that he's monetizing. I hope someone in the Singaporean authorities could potentially look into this. I'm glad that there is a Protection from Harassment Act of 2014.
This is just beyond pathetic. He's clearly playing it up now for the camera. Almost to the extent where he's kind of doing a bit, but he does seem serious at the same time. Oh, I was going to visit Singapore. Now I'm not sure. I'm kind of worried about this guy. Do you really think Pegasus is going to like hunt you down if you go to Singapore? I mean, come on. You know, the irony, by the way, of him saying he feels threatened as he's making these implied threats of legal action to the extent of trying to get dude, like, as mentioned, axed. I mean, if anyone's making threats here, it's kind of like throwing stones from a glass house. And you know what? Hasan handled this stuff much better in the past. Not to the extent where I'll say he got a dub, but it was like a neutral take. What I'm referring to is, in the past, Hasan has said stuff like, according to my recollection, there's like the Hasan industrial complex where all these people take clips of me and they make money off my clips, and I'm glad that I'm helping them make money. And he was saying it like facetiously, but that was still a much better way of handling all of this, just saying it like that and leaving it at that, as opposed to whatever this is. Let me also point out the irony of this guy who in the past has said ACAB and support for ACAB, now gleefully talking about getting the police involved to go after his detractor. Like, there was literally a clip, and I'll play it for you too in just a second. It's hilarious, where a cop comes up to Hasan as he's doing an IRL stream, and the cop is like actually very nice to Hasan in the clip, and Hasan is like acting somewhat friendly to the cop as well. And then when the cop walks away, Hasan turns to the camera and like very coyly says to the camera, "A cab."
Honestly,
Oh, this place is good. So,
honestly, I think.
Make a shout out. How you doing?
hey, what's going on, man?
Peace. Happy New Year.
You too. A cab.
Now, I will say, of course, I know about Pegasus' legendary series, but I've never actually watched a single video of his. I'm just not interested in Hasan that much where I'd watch like a long video on Hasan. I like making my videos here or there when he comes up in the clips that I see on Twitter. Easy content. But I couldn't imagine actually watching a Hasan stream, especially like every day, and making videos on that, which I presume Pegasus does to get that much Hasan content. I'm pretty sure he goes above and beyond just like getting the clips from Twitter that people are posting. And he's making good money, a lot of good money, I'm sure. But at the same time, dude, I could never imagine subjecting myself to a Hasan stream, let alone like daily Hasan streams. Aside from that, I'm really not familiar with him at all. But this is to all say that it does seem nevertheless like Hasan is really, really reaching here. And this is just such a bad look.
This is harassment, alarm, or distress to the victim. The accused intends to cause harassment, alarm, or distress to the victim, or knows or ought reasonably to know is likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress to the victim. Well, it kind of feels like he does know that, right? Because when you look at his Instagram page, he's actually celebrating it, right? He's calling it a legendary series. Chatters, do you feel like I'm crazy for being alarmed and scared and worried about the stalker here? Oh, there's a defamation one too. Ooh. Oh, there's even unintentional defamation. Falling the victim, making any communication or attempting to make communications by any means to the victim or related person, relating to purporting to relate to the victim or related to a victim, purporting to originate from the victim or a related person. So the fact that he's not just coming after me, but all my friends in a serialized version of cyber stalking and slander makes me feel very unsafe. Very, very unsafe.
Hasan will be like, "I must be the champion for masculinity on the left. I have to get young men to stop trending away from the left and going right." By the way, I feel so unsafe about Pegasus on YouTube.
To the Singaporeans in the chat, reach out to me. If you know like a good Singaporean lawyer, something like that, it'd be nice to try and figure out if I could pursue litigation of sorts. I mean, after all, he's made probably, I don't know, a couple $100,000 off of slander, harassment. Maybe we can get some of that back. Maybe we can recover some of that. Didn't really know who the this guy was, except for the fact that his fans every now and then would come in to just be like, "Pegasus owned you." And I was like, I don't know what the that is. And I've seen like, and then I found out about who he is, and I love him, but also am now scared of him. Initially, I was like, wow, how wonderful. This must be a fan page. And then I realized he's exhibiting stalker-like behavior and also defaming me and causing great injury to me psychologically. And I don't like that. I am scared.
There's so much irony in this clip that we've been going over. He's reminding me of like why anti-SLAPP laws got created in the USA, of course, but nevertheless, anti-SLAPP was created essentially to stop powerful corporations and powerful people with a lot of money from silencing people like their critics with frivolous lawsuits. And Hasan has tried so hard to be seen as this like public influential figure to the extent where he will even glaze the mainstream media when they write fluff pieces on him. But now here he is talking about legal action against Pegasus and all this other stuff. I'm sure Pegasus will have a video covering this, so if you're curious to see his response, that's probably something you can expect. Of course, I don't know for sure, but it seems highly probable that that will be a thing. As for this video, I'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.